Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Clay from Clay's Collections. Back again with another haul video. This time it was citywide garage sales from Imperial, Nebraska. We were out visiting my mom, had a great time. And hi Mom. Oh, and hi Jeanette. Jeanette's a friend of my mom's who watches the channel too. And she helps out at the community thrift store. So she introduced me to one of the other people there when we went to the store as the guy who buys stuff from them and sells it for a lot of money. So yes, I have found some great stuff at their thrift store. It's great to help support the community center. It's a great cause. All right, well, let's just hop into this. Found some great stuff for you glass lovers out there. Found two of these embroidery ware, Indiana glass, I believe, pieces for $2. Well, they had $5 for the set for both of them. And then they threw in this one. So I got $5 for all three of them, which is a beautiful little ruby red dish as well. So yeah, these are beautiful. And this one, yeah, this one has a couple flea bites right here. And I was like, I didn't check them before I bought them, so I don't know if it was something I did or if it was something that happened before I got them. But either way, it's still good. Still great items. And let's just make sure I don't make any more issues with them. All right, if you watch my previous video on the Goodwill bins in Omaha, you'll see where I picked up one of these courting candles, and sure enough, this is the second one. So now I got a pair of them. Pretty exciting. Both the same vintage, exact same design. So they were probably same company, same time frame. Circa 1970 for those. Those came out. There was a big colonial revival during the 70s, 60s to 70s. That's when those came back out. Did pick up a couple toy Tonka trucks. I do well with the smaller Tonkas. I don't have space for the bigger ones. But I got the little purple Jeep and the dump truck. And again, I put, depending, $5 to $10 on these, and they sell well for me. So when I can pick them up, for those were at this garage sale, everything was 2 for $1. So 50 cents each. That's awesome. And I couldn't pass this one up. Look at this. It's a little salt and pepper shaker set on a picnic table stand. And it's got a hole in the middle for toothpicks. I love that. I couldn't pass it up for 50 cents. So, but that'll be great for summer picnicking. Pair of bookends. Dealing with a lot of books, bookends are important. And I sell a good share of bookends as well. So I always pick them up when I can find them at a good price. Many times they're not at a good price. Oh, and I should have put a teaser in earlier in this video that I found one of my favorite things to find, which you don't find them too often. I found 3 now in the last 4.5 years. So they're not super rare, but they're an incredible deal if you can find them. We'll cover that in a minute. Vintage spinner top. The great thing about this is it's space themed with the spaceman and the rocket ships. So that was a good find. Little toothpick holder. I think this was 50 cents. Don't remember. Maybe $1. This is another, I've had this before, one of these before. There's always an initial on, I shouldn't say always, usually an initial on top, but it's a stamp dispenser. When you used to be able to buy stamps in rolls, and you put the roll inside there, and there's a slit on the side here. Whoops, where's my hole? It's on this side, but you can see it that way. And you put the stamps out of that. It's very heavy, so that you can easily pull them out without this moving. And I sell those for like usually $10 to $12. Nice little item. Another glass compote. This I picked up actually at a thrift store, not at the garage sales, but a thrift store before that for $1.25. Would you pay that much for this? I don't know, they kept telling me, you know, that's Fenton. These ladies in there, that's a Fenton piece, you know. Like, yeah, I think it's, I'm good with it. So I got a Fenton piece. All right. So some of you know, watch my channel regularly. I love picking up embroidery hoops. I call it, I look for the royal trifecta, which is Duchess, Princess, and Queen are the brand names. Duchess and Princess are, you know, more common. Typically you can find them, and they sell for $10 to $20, depending upon size, shape, and all that kind of stuff. Now I found these, there's no markings on them. I have no idea what they are, and they're metal with cork. Picked them up because I love the closing mechanism on them. So again, they were $1/4 each. So I'll put them down at the Pink Elephant for, you know, probably $5 to $10. But this is the one that I look for. I found 3 of them now. And this particular one has a little story with it, because I go to the craft section of a thrift store and I look for embroidery hoops. And so same thing, they had a little plastic bucket of them. So I found this, the inner rim, and I was like feeling it, looking, I'm like, this seems like a queen. There's just a certain quality to the wood, to the finish, that I'm like, yeah, this really seems like a queen. But it didn't have the outer ring, which would have confirmed it. So I'm like, it's not in with all of these other embroidery hoops. Let me check the other craft bins. So I started looking through the other craft bins, and guess what I found? I found the outer rim, and sure enough, it's a queen. They're pretty distinctive in that they always have this rotary dial with the name Queen, and this one happens to have the patent pending mark on it. And again, this one is in very good condition. The only concern would be somebody put their initials on it, which does not affect the operation of it at all. But, you know, they put it on there. They probably did embroidery parties or whatever and wanted to make sure they got theirs back. And then the other thing is the felt. There are a couple moth holes on the felt, very minor. Oops, sorry, I went off camera because I was trying to see it with my eyeballs, which is what you want to look for. The felt can be replaced. It's not an impossible thing. But I paid $1/4 for this, and these sell, and if you want to take a look, we'll go out on eBay, do Queen embroidery hoop, and you'll be lucky if you find any for sale. Like when I did it, there was 1 sold, none for sale. Now this is the smaller one. I think this is the 5-inch. They made them in different sizes. Yeah, this is the 5-inch. I found the 5 and the 6-inch hoops, but I've never found the larger ones, which are become more valuable. But this is a $200 to $250 embroidery hoop, and it will sell very quickly on eBay. You can do auction, you can do buy it now, and they will just sell. I have yet to figure out. So if anybody knows anything about why these embroidery hoops are worth the money they get, please let me know, because I'd love to write up an article on them. Because yeah, they sell super fast. They sell for very good money considering what they're worth. And I've heard people say they just throw them away because they're embroidery hoops and they don't think they're worth anything. So anyway, that's my little spiel on embroidery hoops. I always look for the queen. The last one I picked up, I sold it. I bought it for, well, it was a bag you could get for like $5 in a bag. So I probably paid 10 cents for it in the end. But I sold it immediately to another reseller for $100 cash bill. And because I was explaining it to him, he goes, well, I'll give you $100 now, because he wanted to see if it was true. So I said, sure. So I've made some great money. At $100, I made 1,000 times profit probably. And he sold it for $200, and I think it was $290 is what it sold for in the end. So he made good money. I made good money. You know, it's just a great deal. All right. Let me stop babbling about embroidery hoops. Cindy found this. It's a Thumper lamp. So she was talking to the guy running the garage sales. And the interesting thing about these garage sales, they were citywide. There were actually 22 of them. And what cracked me up, coming from a larger urban area, They listed the name of the person and their address who was hosting the garage sales. That would never happen around here. So it was a lot of fun. And, you know, my mom went with us, and she knew a number of the people having the sale, so she had a great time with that as well. But this is a Thumper from Bambi. It's a Thumper lamp from the 1950s. And there's one sold for $75. We paid $2. My wife did a great negotiation because they were asking $5. It's got a $5 shade on it from, I think, Dollar Tree or something. So I was like, it's not the right shade for it. It works, but it's not the right shade. But it could be decorated to make it look a little better and work with it. Now I got a little bag of goodies. These are the tinies. Found this little timer. It's an interesting timer. Works. It's quite loud. So I'll let it run and then it'll scare us. And there's a person selling these little miniatures. 10 for $1. So I bought some different little miniatures. What else did I get? Oh yeah, this is the Art Institute of Chicago lion. Oh yeah, the little Care Bear. This little Care Bear is $15 for the little Care Bear. People love their Care Bears. And let's see, what else did we get? Oh yeah, little ghost. Halloween item. Little ceramic lion. He's cute. Little mouse with a piece of cheese. He's pewter, by the way. And another little pumpkin with a ghost. And then another one with the little bunny eggs. And there's something else I think that Cindy got. She found a little collapsible 31 bag too, so we got that. And I think that pretty much covers our... There are some other items that right here in front of me I got some other items. Now, these weren't from the garage sale. These were from a couple thrift stores on our way there that we picked them up. Picked up this beautiful little oval frame. So I'll put a picture in there. But it's a nice vintage frame. And I picked up this. This goes in my personal collection. It is an original piece of art. In one of these plastic frames. And it says, an original by Jean Bagoni or something like that. Houston, 1973. So this is an original oil painting. Gets to go up on my wall of original artwork. So that'll be fun. And then, yeah, this came from somewhere. But I love the fall leaves on the recipe card holder. It was 50 cents. I think that came from a thrift store too. Yes, because this thrift store had some handwritten labels, some not. They had a variety of different ways of pricing things. So yeah, so I think I'm going to call it a done video with that. Like I said, we did have some other stuff. Oh, okay. One more thing. Pink bandana. I do really well with bandanas. I always look for the ones that say 100% cotton made in the USA. Those are my only criteria other than being in great condition. Doesn't matter the color, the pattern, the design. And this one says right on it, 100% cotton made in USA. And I sell them anywhere from $3 to $9 all the time. So whenever I can find them for, $1 or less, I buy them. I don't know what it is, but people love their vintage bandanas. I do too, because I make a few bucks off of each one of them. Anyway, hope you guys do well. Catch you in the next one.